Hello and welcome to Tetfund Connect on Global Television. I am Jumai Manson and my co-host.
I am Ramsey Enoch Agbo. Many thanks for joining us on Tetfund Connect today.
And it's great to be here, by the way. Now, the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, Tetfund, has impacted several institutions in Nigeria. I'll be going to Imo State to look at some of Tetfund's numerous interventions.
Oh yes, beginning from Imo State University, where the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, Professor Martin Ono, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor says the university can be named Tetfund University.
We can say that whatever you are seeing in Imo State University in terms of infrastructure is out of the making of Tetfund. At a point, out of joke, we say we can name Imo State University Tetfund University because there's no structure you see here that is not the making of Tetfund. So that's why we are so grateful to that body. When they transformed to Tetfund in 2011, we have different projects they have funded. We have a Faculty of Environmental Science building. They funded it. I may not specifically give you the year, but if we go around, the years are printed on the buildings. We have where we are now, this building, we call our Senate building. They funded it. That was 2014 intervention project, high impact project.
I have personally benefited immensely from Tetfund through the AST&T, the training. When I applied for the PhD program, yes, I did that at Ebonyi State University. Tetfund, through the intervention of Tetfund, the program was sponsored fully for the period of 3 to 4 years. So we did the program there. And through that intervention, it really helped. Both the logistics, both makes the whole thing very, very easy for us in the research aspect of the program and everything that comes with the program. So it really imparted. And also through various research, through the institutional based research, IBR also a beneficiary of that as well.
I'm also a beneficiary of Tetfund programs. I have benefited a lot from Tetfund, starting from around 2016 when I got an admission at UNIZIC for my PhD. Tetfund sponsored me. The fund they gave me was very useful for me, and it helped me to graduate. I've benefited in terms of conference, both international and local. Tetfund has sponsored me where we went and also met some other people in our field that share experiences to improve our knowledge. And also IPR research, that's institutional based research. I've participated in many of them that were sponsored by Tetfund. And I have a lot of publications, more than 4 that's Tetfund sponsored, which is actually very good for me and will also help me, and has been helping me in terms of my visibility academically and also promotion. Yeah, also those ones are personal. Then another one is my office. When I entered here newly, we had no office, but due to the intervention of Tetfund, we now have office. I have my own office now due to the intervention of Tetfund.
Very much grateful to Tetfund because Tetfund sponsored my PhD through their intervention for academic staff in the university. So in the course of that, I was able to run my PhD for 3 academic years at Anambra State University, which is now Chukwemeka Odumegwu University. I'm most grateful to Tetfund for sponsoring that research.
You can see the 3 jaw chops there being mounted. We have a Tetfund being mounted on it, which then use it to learn how to do fixing. Threading walls and boring walls can still be done with this machine. It equally allows it. And most of these machines are being programmed using different softwares. It also controls that. We are very grateful with him because with the assistance of the Dean of the Faculty, the President of the Professor Iwoha, he has made it possible through assistance of Tetfund also for him to undergo different trainings on programming using these machines. And our students are very happy because they also operate it through his assistance and guidance. This is a CNC machine. It is a CNC lathe. A CNC lathe can be used in producing different miniature components. You see, if you have a look here, this shows that the machine has been functional and it was made available by Tetfund. He has been managing it.
And for my own university, they have been able to provide us with some modern buildings and equipments in our lab, which have helped us to have our own industrial experience in the lab using these equipments that Tetfund have provided. About 2 years ago, I started my own research and development on the hydroelectric co-generator, where I made use of the equipments there, the lathe machine, the vertical drilling machine, the hand grinder, the welding machine, and the rest of that. And this has helped me to further explore this field of study.
Going to my department, my electrical laboratory, so far so good. Tetfund has provided that is electromagnetic induction. So far so they have provided that one, and which has made me also to know about the principles of electromagnetic.
Now, do you know that Tetfund Interventions has a way of influencing the public when it comes to choice of institution during admission? Here is what Professor Kanayo Chukwuka, the rector of Imo State Polytechnic, has to say alongside others.
I'm Professor Kanayo S. Chukwuka, the rector of the Imo State Polytechnic. We at the Polytechnic enjoy a lot of intervention from Tetfund, ranging from physical infrastructure to academic staff training and development, career, intervention lines, skill, as well as fabrication. And the Polytechnic ensures that we utilize these interventions to the best. So these are the intervention lines we've been enjoying: physical infrastructure, academic staff training and development, the skill, fabrication, and career. These infrastructural developments are creating more impact in our community, and it's attracting students to us, because the end result is that we have students to train.
We have many interventions from Tetfund, right from the onset of our institution when Tetfund started. But the main one, the most strategic one, is the high impact intervention, which we got last year, 2024. That the high impact intervention comprises of a story building for School of Business Technology and School of Environmental Technology. So that's the most strategic intervention for our school for now. Tetfund has been of immense help to them, because as a student, like for instance, I'm pursuing my PhD. It's not easy. Before you get your PhD degree, not less than 4 or 5 million as an individual. But with the help of Tetfund now sponsors our staff. So they come back to testify that Tetfund is really doing them good. Like those in sciences, Tetfund do give them 4.5 million for their tranches. So now we'll not pay them first, second tranche based on what they do. So we do all those things. The monetary aspect of pursuing a PhD degree or a master's degree is not easy, but Tetfund has been helping us to acquire such degrees. Lecturers are the most beneficiaries because it's helping them both in research work. They do come to us, tell us that Tetfund has been helping them in their research work. Because there's
Tetfund, try tremendously well in impacting, in helping us to achieve our dreams. I did my PhD at the Department of Public Administration at the Bonny State University, Abakaliki, Nigeria. So it was a very wonderful experience. The Tetfund disbursed their funds at the appropriate time. We had no delay in receiving our funds. And that impacted very significantly in our research. A lot of people here, a lot of academic staff have benefited in the Tetfund intervention in realizing their vision of becoming PhD holders and master's degree in our Nigerian universities and abroad. So we're very grateful to them and to the governor of Imo State, His Excellency, Distinguished Hope Uzodimma, and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, for the sustenance of Tetfund intervention in Nigeria.
Tetfund has done so much for us in the Polytechnic, and I'm a beneficiary. And in the world of academics today, I think I can beat my chest to say that I'm a proud PhD holder in my discipline. So every person that would have had the opportunity to have his PhD here is a thoroughbred. And well back, the training wasn't quite easy, so it requires a lot of money. And I thank Tetfund especially for that opportunity. I'm a beneficiary in the program. And here in the institution, I think we have a lot of physical infrastructure we can be proud of. I wouldn't have known how the state government could have been able to come off all these beautiful things. So Tetfund is doing wonderfully well.
I'm a beneficiary of Tetfund. I really want to appreciate our governor, His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodimma, for attracting Tetfund. And I also want to say a very big thank you to our management for, for their tireless efforts in making sure for effective disbursement of Tetfund. Okay, I'm a beneficiary of Tetfund and it's still ongoing. I've been able to access the first strand, and currently I'm doing my PhD program in University of Education, Ignatius Ajuru, Rivers State, in the Department of Political Science. And it has really been challenging, but to be honest with you, without Tetfund, I really don't know how I would have embarked on this program. But Tetfund really helped me, and it's still helping me. First, I must commend them. I must have to commend them first for a good work, for a job well done. They are really doing well. Like I'll tell you, there are so many people in my department that have benefited from Tetfund, and some are still coming up. So I really want to commend them, and I really also want to send a message to them this morning, telling them, don't stop.
Students are glad to have Tetfund in our school. For me, as a student leader, I want to give out a very big shout out to Tetfund for the infrastructure development they have given to us. If you watch in this school is barely 5 years old, but if we tell you what the marvelous job that Tetfund have done in this school, you will be marveled. No structure have been able to last more than a year without being completion. And if you go around, if I tell you that this school is barely few years old, it will surprise you that this is few years old school. After our relocation from our previous school to this place, this is just barely 5 years of transformation. If you look around you, you'll see that this is a full laboratory section. And everything is well equipped, and everything we want is actually intact inside this lab. If you come here, if you look around, each classrooms have excess seats where the students are very comfortable. Everything you want here is in excess. If you want seats, you have it in excess. If you go around, like today, this is my final year exam. I am putting on my outfit. If you look at me, you know that yes, I wrote very well, and I sat very comfortably to finish my exams. So that is an applaud to Tetfund. Yes, we have seats. We have good learning environments. If you watch it, there are fans inside the lab. This place is conducive. And all the gas goes to the Tetfund. And our able governor, His Excellency, to put out this to us as students. We are very grateful.
have been a great impact in our school today because they have offered us a lot of equipment that helps our practical aspects. As a science laboratory technology students, I believe our course centers on practicals, and this Tetfund have helped us a lot by offering us some equipment that we need, such as incubator, some chemicals that we need in some of our practicals.
Tetfund project is a very good project in the institution, ranging from the infrastructures like the hostels, the buildings, the laboratories, the microscope in the labs, and the incubators in the microbiology lab and biochemistry lab, and also the buildings and the ETF halls and every other infrastructure. They bring good learning system for the students in the environment. So I want to say thank you to Tetfund and their projects, and I would like more of these infrastructures to be done in the school environments.
This is interesting. Now, let's take a walk to Benjamin Wajimogo College of Education, Ihete Oboma, where the acting provost attested to the fact that Tetfund interventions made them had a smooth accreditation because of the facilities that they have.
Tetfund has been so wonderful in Benjamin Wajimogo State College of Education, formerly Imo State College of Education, Ihete Oboma. In 2021, we had a special high-impact project, ship. In 2022, another ship was given to us, which has been completed and branded. Then we had annual intervention projects where we had the office and the classroom blocks. We have that of the 2022 that we're using for the CBT Center for the college. All these projects are still ongoing.
For me, we have two landmark projects. One is the hostel project. When we came to the institution, we realized that there was gross need to house our students. The infrastructure was so poor. Imagine inheriting a dormitory by the formal secondary school. So we had to upgrade that one, but it was not enough. So, but when we started assessing the funds, we realized that we needed a hostel. So as at today, the project is going on, and soon we believe that the project will be completed. Secondly, the 700 capacity auditorium, for me, is a landmark project because we have gross need of auditorium. Throughout the institution, there is no auditorium. The little one we're managing is just a small cubicle hall. Imagine doing convocation, lectures, public lectures in such a hall. For me, is the meaning. So, but it will be remarkable. In fact, is glaring, is that the project is coming out, and we are anticipating a very brilliant structure, a very attractive, beautiful structure. So that auditorium for me is a landmark project.
Tetfund equipped our micro-teaching lab and our edutech lab. Tetfund also equipped our physics, chemistry, and biology laboratories. And you know, we got our first accreditation 2 years ago. And it is courtesy of all these interventions via Tetfund. Our labs were up to date. Our micro-teaching lab, edutech lab, they were top-notch.
This very college has witnessed remarkable constructions and infrastructures of the ICT halls, the e-library, and also here, the library.
With the help of the project Tetfund has brought to our school, currently now this is our ICT laboratory, and most of the computers here are very much functioning, enabling students to carry out or coming to visit the internet at will.
Tetfund projects, all I could say so far is they are trying.
they are trying so much, because majority, some of our infrastructure now that we have now is through Tetfund, and we are grateful for Tetfund for their impact and their providing infrastructure for us in our school. Which one of them are these that I'm using?
Tetfund's impact is being felt in almost all institutions, especially the high-impact project enjoyed by most institutions in Nigeria, including Imo State University of Agriculture and Environmental Science, as confirmed by the acting Vice Chancellor.
I'm Professor Christopher Eze, the acting Vice Chancellor, University of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Imo State. We got the high-impact project for building, senior building, and students' hostel, as well as procuring laboratory equipment. That has been partially completed. I say partially in the sense that the senior building is still on, then the hostel is still on, though the procurement aspect has been completed. Though apart from infrastructure, they also gave us funds for conferences for 2024, gave us funds for staff development, those who have first degree but want to do masters, and those who have masters and want to do PhD.
We have the two printers, this and the other big one right there. They're all branded, they're both branded Tetfund. So we also have this Tetfund, this online platform is an online journal courtesy of Tetfund for students as well. I also have to put our university ID, and the whole journal will open. So this is also courtesy of it can be replicated, it can open on all of the computers with internet, so it's a benefit that we have gotten from Tetfund.
I'm here to show the Tetfund officers that came to take note of all intervention material or resources conveyed to our university library. Here are some reading carrels, reading chairs, as you can see, the inscription Tetfund Intervention 2022 on the tables and chairs. You can see also other tables and chairs. These are one of the computers installed on my table. There are some inside the e-library section. As we are approaching the shelf, you can see on the shelf the inscription Tetfund 2022 Library Development Intervention. These are the books supplied to the library. So I am here to show you actually what we have done so far to appreciate Tetfund stocking our library. Shelf also, these are their books. All has been inscribed Tetfund Intervention 2022. We are so grateful.
There are several Tetfund projects that are very outstanding, and one of them is the 500-seater capacity, which is around the corner. I will show you. Very outstanding, and I really commend Tetfund for that project. I have gotten some positive responses from our students, even from our lecturers who attended conferences, workshops. They came back and they gave us information of what they learned and how they are able to replicate the things they have learned in the school.
Tetfund has done a very great thing in UAS, most especially in the buildings and in our libraries, providing books and other materials for us. In our ICT, they provide other things that make us to be comfortable. Most also in the buildings, not only building, they also provide chairs, good chairs that will make you to sit and relax comfortably in the classroom. I want to appreciate Tetfund for what they have done.
Wow, this is simply amazing. What else can we say than to say
Thank you, Tetfund. And with that, I would like to say thank you all so much for watching the program Tetfund Connect. I am Jumai Manson and my amazing co-host.
I am Ramsey Enoch Abo. Many thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.